Hello. Um, my name's Rob and Ribolt 808A, and I recently moved to the city of Kingston, which I'm learning about. But today I will talk about the Toronto by-election, focused on who's winning on environmental issues and um, I'll look through all the candidates. I haven't done preparation for this video, but I'll see how this goes. I don't know how many I'll get through today because there are over 100. Yeah, so the first thing to do is look at who has. There's a list of people who has social media. I want to be as accurate as possible. And this isn't.
Abdulsalam Aboud.
Oh.
pronouncenames.com.
Abdulsalam Aboud.
Abdulsalam Aboud. Abdulsalam is running for mayor. And then there's a web page. So check the web page. See if there's any environmental news. Canadian immigrant. PhD scholarship. Oh, this is a photo of the candidate. I like the photo. The background is nice. Possibly like moving over like to see the full Toronto picture. So a little bit about the candidate. I'll look at some about the candidate. Structural scholarship I attained from Canada Research Trail in structural engineering. Came with a master's degree. In engineering. Okay, these are good qualifications for male. I will say that I'm going to like exclude anyone that doesn't have any website, social media, or any. If I can't find something about them, I won't look at them because there's like over 100. But I'll do my best to look at everyone, especially on environmental issues. Environmental issues impact immigrations, immigrants in particular, a lot harder than other individuals due to environmental racism. There's a quote: "I know how it feels for someone to be treated unjustly and how discrimination feels like." And how many immigrants in Toronto are working in survival jobs in spite of their extraordinary qualifications. There's food insecurity mentioned, so that's an environmental issue. Food deserts, housing insecurity is another. So is there a section on the view my platform. View my platform. So I like that. There's a platform. Nice photo. There's a donate. There's another quote. Bahira a true advocate for social justice doesn't settle for temporary or partial solutions. They work towards transformative solutions that create a society where everyone feels safe, happy, and satisfied. This requires a commitment to dismantling systems of oppression and creating a more equitable and inclusive world for all. So I don't like that those like blank spaces are like B and A. And the website is under construction. Oh, there's the platform. Okay, land acknowledgement. Toronto is a diverse and dynamic city with over 3 million residents. And then, first and foremost, there's an acknowledgement of the traditional territory of the many nations that called this land home before us. And then there's specific mention of the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples. And we must work towards reconciliation and recognize the importance of all Indigenous heritage. The Indigenous peoples are still in Toronto. I'd like to add that. Environmental organizations. That's nice. Working with all levels. There's a commitment to work with all levels of the federal and provincial government, and work with municipalities, grassroots and local organizations, communities, businesses, and environmental organizations. So grounded in social justice, diversity, and inclusion. So I like that. So using net zero strategies. There's no date for that. But yeah, so I like seeing that. Technology being used. Technology sometimes it's a double-edged sword, like in environmental. Issues, because sometimes when there's technology, people use more of it instead of reducing the impact. So we would have to see how that plays out. I like that there's empowering racial minorities. I can do. I didn't find anything with wetlands, but I'll do environment. So there's 1 of 7 matches. So there's a commitment, like while building affordable homes, there's a commitment that it will not negatively affect the community's transportation or environment. I like that there's a specific section on the green belt. Prioritize the protection of our environment and public spaces. The Greenbelt is an essential component of Toronto's natural environment, social and economic well-being, and identity. So there's sustainable land use practices, promoting the use of green infrastructure, and engaging and educating our communities about the importance of protecting our natural resources. Sustainable is a word that it means a lot of things. It's not really specific. I do like that those are specific. Mention. And then, is there any news articles? Oh, I can go. Oh, there's French and English, so that's good to have for candidate. Okay, so yeah, I don't see too much more unless those like news articles. Oh, there's also a climate trackle 2020 candidate trackle, I should say. So I like that. Um, so I'll just go with. Um, yeah, so and then those volunteering, no experience working or founding infrastructural innovation solutions corporation in 2018. Which specialized in sustainable solutions for building infrastructure like roads and bridges. Okay, cool. Yeah, so keep that page. Um, and then I'll move on to the next candidate, and I'll do the same thing to get the pronunciation as close as possible. So this is candidate number 2, Emmanuel, and then
Acquaye.
Acquaye. Emmanuel Acquaye is the next candidate. So there's no web page. There is a YouTube and a Twitter. Maybe I can see Control F. Information about this candidate could not be found at the time of publication. So maybe YouTube. Let's see videos. Videos. There's only one video. Okay. And let's see Twitter. So those 3 people following. So not very long video. Not a lot of information. So then there's The third person, Blake Action. There is a web page this time. So. Okay, yeah, this photo looks okay. It does give the conservative blue vibes. Looks like family photo. I do prefer the first photo myself, but each photo is a preference. Not full. Oh, it doesn't. TTC will be free. I like that. There will be no more postal codes, no fair enforcement. I will make the TTC safe. I'm not sure about the word safe, but free transportation is good. Like safe means tends to mean more police investment. Hopefully, those thought about like how the revenue is replaced, because it does cost money to run transportation. Um, but if the TTC is free, there will be more ridership. In theory, so yeah, those decrease traffic, reduce gridlock, less pollution. Okay, so private advertising will be used to subsidize this service. Okay, yeah, so there's like more investment in police specifically. Um, so I'm not a fan of removing bike lanes. There should be more bike lanes. Um, the more bike lanes in the city, the better, uh, including on major intersections. If you want people to uh, use active transportation. Um, so there's that not a lot here. Um, there was a news section. Oh, so it's just like making the TTC free, and that's the main environmental promise that I saw. Sharif Ahmed is the next person. I might have to skip this candidate if there's no news. Um, if I can't find any. Oh, here. So there's an engineering background. Community police lies on committee. Um, So the platform is unavailable, but the top issues running for City Council in 2022 will housing affordability and interim tax relief, as well as traffic congestion. So traffic congestion is a huge environmental issue, um, but there's no. Oh, there's a twiddle. It didn't show a twiddle, but there is. Last tweet looks like. Oh, so it's not really an active twiddle. Last tweet seems to be April 23rd. And then before that is October 30th. Okay, so not too much environment. So name pronounce, control C, name pronounce. Oh, it's just loading. Oh, because it's thinking it's in English, but
Asaduf.
Asaduf. Oh. So Asaduf Alam. So there's a web page. I'm not liking this web page as much as the other ones. It looks very 90-ish. Um, Toronto Mail election. I'll click that. Oh yeah, there's not really. Oh, converted and air conditioned. Oh, covered, heated, and air conditioned bus stops. That might increase ridership. Zero waste or get fined. Okay. There's not really that much details. Climate change, green Toronto. Okay. That doesn't really tell me anything. Sports and recreation education. All sports teams win. What? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a candidate promise. All sports teams win. I'm just gonna laugh at that. Okay. So yeah, that's someone running for Mayor of Toronto. All sports. I'm just gonna. Write this tweet on my Facebook. So I will go on to the next one. Next candidate. Allan. Gru Jesse Allan. Gru Jesse Allan. There's no web page. There's no, but there's Twitter. It says Gru full mail. So those retweets, 151 tweets, joined March 2023. Oh, there is a web page. Okay, so there is a web page. It says coming soon. So do I see any like? Looks like mostly retweets. But let's see. Oh, yes, Gru Jesse Allan. Housing activist who has experienced homelessness and has lived in both encampments and the city's shelter hotel systems. Criticized the city's surveillance of unhoused people through police and security service. Okay. So yeah, there's not much detail on environmental issues. Let's see. I'm just going to see. Oh, there's 2 people watching, so thank you for watching. yeah, if you are listening in, please let me know if you have a particular candidate you would like to look at. Or any comments about the candidates that I have looked at already. I am on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of over 100. Let's see. Ali Atef. Ali Atef. So let's see. Information about this candidate cannot be found, so I will move on to the next one. This candidate might not be found either, but information about this candidate could not be found at the time of publication. Okay, so I'll move on to the next one. Darren Atkinson. So there is a website. Okay, nice photo. I like the black and white. Not sure about the headings, but $9 for the 6th platform. Okay, so I don't understand that reference. Okay, so there's going to be redefining of the TTC, meaningful indigenous reconciliation. Let's see. Affordable apartment plan using existing dwellings. Okay, so I like that. Existing buildings. That sounds like densification. Let's see. So how is TTC going to be redefined? There's going to be harmonized all street level TTCs, vehicles to common type vehicle bus, electric or hybrid. So there probably isn't. There probably is a specific reason why buses are different. So there's going to be phasing out of streetcars. And instead of streetcars, there will be more buses. that can carry bicycles. Oh. So instead of bus lanes, there will be HOV lanes. And then there would be an indigenous park. Increased funding for urban indigenous outreach agencies operating in Toronto is a commitment. Okay, so not too much on the environmental issues. Oh, but I'll go to I didn't like that indigenous wasn't capitalized. Oh. No, I want Darren. Okay, so I just saw that. The next candidate is Atkinson, Jamie Atkinson. So I don't understand why the Montreal, Quebec is the next stop. So there would be I don't like the mandatory drug program. Toronto to Montreal high speed train. A high speed rail system between Toronto and Montreal could significantly enhance cultural exchange and understanding among English and French speaking residents, as well as Indigenous communities by improving connectivity and accessibility. That's more of a provincial and federal thing. I'm not sure how much the mail would be able to do anything. There's a section on truth and reconciliation, unlocking gridlock. Oh, Canada's first flood department. So those like grammatical mistakes. I report recommends the creation of Toronto's first flood department to tackle the increasing flood risks. The department will focus on prevention, mitigation, and response with divisions for each area. It will increase risks. It will assess risks, enforce regulations, develop emergency plans, foster innovation, engage stakeholders, and ensure monitoring and evaluation. The flood department aims to enhance resilience and protect against flooding in Toronto. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Did I? Okay. Oh, it just says coming soon. On some of them. Oh, there's more. Protecting. Oh, more police investment. I don't like that those like coming soon everywhere. Okay. So this is a major candidate coming up next. Anna Bailão. Um, oh, where did I go? Okay. Anna Bailão served as a council Davenport. And voted for the former mayor John Tory 87.5% of the time, 79.9% of the time in 2014 to 2018, and 95.9% in 2018 to 2022. Voted down attempts to raise property taxes or reduce the police budget. And supported major items such as expanding gaming at Woodbridge and Ford and Toys transit deal. There's a charge of drunk driving, but that's not really related to environment. Platform. Okay, here's the platform. So basically, almost John Tory, pretty much sounds like. Focus on addressing the affordability crisis. I should say that there's like a few differences, but so rehiring previously cut TTC staff. Okay. should relocate the Ontario Science Centre to Ontario Place. So I already talked about how that's a bad idea to relocate the Ontario Science Centre, and housing at the Science Centre. So that, yeah. Bailão proposes designating a stream of funding for food security programs. I like that. And making vacant city spaces accessible for community gardens and food banks. So that might be good. And Bailão would not use the strong male powers to pass bylaws with minority council support. So that's interesting. Difference than John Tory. Let's see. There's the website. So it is better than many levels. I like the photos. Traffic. Okay, that has a lot of tough on ticketing, increased fines for blocking traffic, new technology. So not free transit, but reduced fares. I already talked about how Ontario Place is a bad idea. And then maybe there's news articles. And yeah, so I didn't really see that much on climate. But there was a Wikipedia page. I can do. So there's not really that much. She did one on environmental campaign, but not much in this. Oh, proposed. We've all seen Toronto Transit Commission cuts. And yeah. Okay. Candidates. Oh, and then I'll do the Control F on here just in case. Environment, climate. No, yeah, I expect to see like climate, environment on anyone running for mayor. I do not see that. So I think that might be. I'll see how much time I've been on. Yeah, about an hour is a good time. So I'm at Bailão. I'll try to get at least one major candidate in each time. There's 6 major candidates. I don't think I'll be able to get through all of this in one go. So I know that it's going to take too long to go through this in one sitting. So this will be part 1 of several. Thank you for listening, and enjoy the rest of your day.